I'm Bobby Huynh, and let's queer up trans rights. Idaho official says DNA testing could be used to enforce trans bathroom law. Idaho officials told a federal judge that DNA testing could be used to help enforce the state's new transgender bathroom law, which is currently facing a legal challenge. House Bill 752, set to take effect July 1st, requires trans people to use public bathrooms and changing facilities that match their sex assigned at birth. The law creates criminal penalties for people who, quote, knowingly and willfully, unquote, use facilities that do not correspond to their assigned sex, with repeat violations carrying prison sentences of up to 5 years. During a federal court hearing, U.S. District Judge Amanda Brailsford questioned how the law could be enforced when many transgender people carry identification reflecting their gender. Idaho Solicitor General Michael Zarian responded that enforcement may be possible, quote, because there is DNA testing, end quote. Representing 6 transgender Idahoans, wrong state, challenging the law, Lambda Legal attorney Kell Olson argued the measure makes Idaho less safe for trans people and threatens serious and immediate harm no matter what trans people do. And that is absolutely correct. For example, I mean, if a trans woman entered a female facility or a women's bathroom, or now you're forcing them to use the male bathroom, it's essentially causing chaos for the sake of causing chaos. It is nothing but essentially persecution of trans people to force them out of any and all public spaces, including anything that needs a public bathroom. I mean, if you got to go, you got to go somewhere.
Well, and it brings up all kinds of issues. First of all, the enforcement of that, with all the budget cuts and things, you don't think there's really going to be funding out there. And I don't believe DNA testing is immediate.
No.
And secondly, many people can pass, and if they do have their preferred, gender markers on their ID, it's really unenforceable. And then to throw people who may not pass as well and force them to go to a bathroom where they're going to obviously create chaos and, be possibly victimized and beat up. And
no, there's already an epidemic of people who are, for example, cisgender women, non-trans, who dress in masculine clothing, have been harassed because Karens who have nothing better to do are accusing them of being trans people walking into women's bathrooms. There are cases where people who are less conventionally attractive according to their gender have been accused of being trans. Hell, we have been there are people just the other week during that infamous cage fight on the South Lawn, a fighter literally called Michelle Obama a man.
Yes.
Because misgender and Texas politicians have been trying to label James Tellerica, even generate AI video of him to make him look trans, because trans is now an insult. It's not just. This has nothing to do with protecting bathrooms in any way, shape, or form. This is to basically single out a segment of population that is easily victimized. The general public is relatively ignorant of it, and you scaremonger the living crap out of everyone.
It's deflecting off what the right wing and the Trump administration is really trying to get away with.
Exactly. But when they try to push you into the trans issue, while stealing all your hard-earned wages out the back pocket due to inflation, due to corruption, due to a million things that 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has something to do with. But no, look over there. There's a woman who looks like a guy who's using the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, just a couple of days ago, I watched on TikTok, this father, like cisgender, presumably heterosexual father, was taking his girls to use the girls' room. And then this male Karen, I don't know what they call male Karens, was literally screaming on the phone with police because he was inside a women's bathroom. What, you're gonna let young children, toddler practically, to use public bathrooms by yourself when their mother's not around to go with them?
Of course not.
Exactly. Well, but these people, complain, and demonize people. That's because that's all they can do.
Well, and on a positive note, just related to what we're talking about, and I'm not looking to make this story light in any way, but if you want a lighthearted take made by two wonderful transgendered women, Candace Kane and Dana Davis, I had the opportunity to be both production and a background actor in a short feature called Diaper Doll. And you can see that on YouTube. So just look it up, Diaper Doll, but it's a parody.
You know what? We should have invited Daniken.
Okay.
I mean, we're missing today. Today, we are shorthanded, as you notice. Almost every Thursday, we have lovely Alex Morash here with us, but he's stuck in a meeting today. Yeah. We should have replaced him with Daniken.
See that? So Candace Kane or Dana Davis or Daniken, if you're listening at Mary Productions, bring Daniken back. We need her here.
And there's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.